almost out of coffee here, so I didn't plan this very well, but hey everyone. Today I want to talk about getting ready for summer because I think the season changing is a really great time to take stock of what you've done over the past number of months, how you want to be approaching the next few months. And also, I mean, summer coming is a really exciting time, at least here in Minnesota. It's a time where it starts to get warmer and just everything's coming alive. There's so much greenery and the birds, and I think it's a time to look back and look forward and try to take a step back, because I think that's important, at least for me in my minimalism journey, where I'm trying to live a more values-based life, that I'm able to find moments to look at the big picture and to take a step back from all the details and little stressors of the days and think about, how do I want to approach the next number of months? So I thought I would just make a video about getting ready for summer, getting ready for the warm days, at least here in Minnesota, and thinking about, what do I want to do in approaching this next season and this next part of my life. As far as getting ready for summer, I think a first thing I like to do, and I think this is especially with the mindset of mindfulness, I want to appreciate the season changing. I want to take notice of it. I want to spend some time outside looking at the greenery, the flowers, listening to the sounds of nature, and just enjoying the world around me. I think taking the time to mindfully enjoy the season changing can be a great way actually to de-stress and to allow everything that might be going on in your life to just slip away for a little while. Noticing the world change around me can be a beautiful way to just check in almost with my environment and become a little bit more aware. It allows me to remember my place, that I'm just a person in the midst of this really big world and universe, and that my little stressors or bumps in the road aren't the end all be all. They're just one part of a bigger system. And maybe that sounds a little mushy, gushy, or hokey, but I really think that doing these types of mindful exercises actually help calm us down and appreciate the season changing. I mean, there's a lot of psychological research to show that mindfulness is great for mental health. So I definitely think it's worth my time to do that. And I'm not always perfect about it. Sometimes the stressors still come up in my mind when I'm going on those walks or when I'm trying to be mindful in nature. But the key then is to notice those thoughts, acknowledge them, be aware of their presence, and then let them go. One other thing that comes with summer is skincare changes. I've noticed that my skin definitely changes as we shift to summer. I'm sweating a lot more, and my skin can get more easily greasy. And so I think especially in summer, I need to shift my habits a little bit and make sure that I'm moisturizing in a way that's very thoughtful to my skin. I want to make sure that I'm using some kind of SPF to protect my skin and really just caring for it. And I might even change some of my beauty routine in the exact products I'm using to just kind of reflect the brightness and the lightness that is around me. One product that I just wanted to mention that my sister recently introduced me to, I'm not currently sponsored by them, but is True Botanicals. I use the Renew oil, and I had flaky skin. It was out of control dry, and I just use 5 or 6 drops of this wonderful oil and put it on my skin. And I think it's also supposed to be good for preventing aging, but I use it as a moisturizer now, and I absolutely love it. Again, I'm not sponsored by True Botanicals, so this is just coming from my personal love of this product. Another thing that happens as summer begins to approach is that I start to wash my hair a little bit more frequently, because if I get really, really sweaty, especially if I'm doing more outdoors and it's really hot out, I realize that I can't go as long as I typically do with not washing my hair. What I want to do is be really aware of my hair care as well, and if I'm washing it more frequently, that I'm also using some kind of oil or moisturizing product in my hair as well. Another obvious change when summer comes is the changing temperature. And so I might change our bedding, what throw blankets are available around the house. I also try to drink a lot more water to counteract the increasing temperature. I think hydration becomes even more of a problem when the temperature starts to rise. And I'm somebody that doesn't naturally remember to drink water, so I often add lemon to my water and just try to always have a glass or water bottle near me so that I'm constantly drinking some kind of water. Since we moved into this old home, we also bought a home without central air conditioning. And so to try to stay cool, I've started to use this remote control tower fan that Lensol actually sent me. I had been looking for a fan. I wanted one with sleek design that was really, really quiet, because in working in audio and in video, I've begun to value the importance of silence and what a big impact that has. And a fan that just like fit into a tight corner. And when they reached out to me, I was like, this is exactly what I want. And since getting it, it's definitely kept me cool. So I just thought I'd mention it here if you're looking for a fan. I'll put the link below. But overall, I think just making sure that we're staying cool, that we're hydrating, that we're preventing overheating, taking breaks if we're doing a bunch of activity outside and it's really, really hot is so important to adjust to the new temperatures. I also think this summer is a really great time for doing some deep cleaning. I know that often the stereotype is to do spring cleaning, but admittedly, sometimes I'm a little bit behind and it doesn't always happen early in the spring. And so sometimes I think of it as an opportunity to prepare for summer, as a time where I can do some deep cleaning, where I can clean underneath furniture pieces, pull things out, do some deeper decluttering. I think it's a great opportunity to do that. And especially with this kind of mid-year mindset of like looking back, what have I accomplished? What do I want to do in the future? I think doing some deeper cleaning, dusting, getting to all those nooks and crannies around the house can really make a difference in your overall sense of peace and home. Another thing that happens for me in summer is that there's often a bit of a clothing transition. Now, maybe I've taken some pieces out for spring, but I think this is an opportunity to look at your wardrobe and really, again, try to declutter and whittle down those pieces that you don't really use or need. I think for me, in pursuing minimalism, I've realized that it really is more of a lifestyle, like it's not just a one and done thing. And so I think these season transitions, shifting around clothes, can be an easy way to just declutter even just a few things that can ultimately make a really big difference in the long run. I think taking those little pockets of opportunities to declutter where it's not a huge amount of effort, you're kind of going through things anyway, can allow you to keep the size of your wardrobe and all your items down. A final thing that I try to do in getting ready for summer is to really take stock of what I've done in the first 6 or so months of the year. I like to think about, if I had New Year's resolutions, where am I at with them? Or even if I didn't, how have I been spending my time over the past 5 or 6 months? Does it reflect my values and what I believe in? And I definitely think this is a time that it's easy to start to feel guilty or get harsh on ourselves because we haven't necessarily kept up the goals that maybe we wanted to keep up. But that's okay, that's part of being human. And I think that's an opportunity to reflect on, why didn't some of this work? What's a more reasonable goal to make? Or how can I make it more feasible for me to achieve those goals? Or maybe my priorities have changed over that time and I want to actually shift my focus to something else, and I shouldn't feel like I'm stuck to an old rule just because that's what I wanted then. But I think if you're going to shift your focus, it should be with intention. And so taking this transition from spring to summer and really looking at your life from a big picture standpoint, not all the little details and all the little stressors, but just big picture. Am I living up to the type of person I want to be? Am I doing the things that I enjoy or that are meaningful to me? And how could I be doing more of that and reducing the amount of time I'm spending on things that really aren't that important to me? Part of it might be thinking about how to say no when people are asking you to do things. Part of it might be restructuring my schedule or how I'm spending my time day to day. Maybe it's about taking up a new way to make more time. Maybe it's going to bed earlier so I can get up earlier. Maybe it's just finding a way to do the annoying tasks a little bit more efficiently. Whatever it is for you, I think it can be a great time to make some of those shifts. And part of this too is making sure that you're taking stock of what you did well. And I have to say, I'm really excited. I actually, started this YouTube channel in December of 2020. So it's been about, at the time of making this video, about 6 months that I've had it. And You know, I had this goal of by the end of 2021 to have 50 videos out, and I'm definitely closer to that goal than I thought I would be. And so this is a time maybe for me to say, hey, that's exciting. I really have been working towards this goal, and I think I am going to meet it and potentially surpass it. And so that was something that I was able to sit back and feel good about. And I think it's important to remember to take a moment to really appreciate our accomplishments and enjoy them. And especially those big picture ones that we don't necessarily think about day to day. You know, think about over the past 6 months, what have I done? What have I accomplished? What's one thing that I'm proud of, or that at least I feel good about? Or maybe that I even just enjoyed. I think taking that time can help propel you into the next part of the year. And then on the other hand, for me, there are definitely things that I haven't fully kind of lived up to my expectations. I think I've been a little bit more frazzled. I haven't always been as on top of my work as I'd like. And I also haven't found as much time for friends as I would like. I haven't been good at calling my friends and making that effort. And that's definitely an area of life that I feel like I'm just not living up to what I would like to be doing right now. And so I think it's a good time to take stock of that and to think about how can I put more time and energy into that part of my life. So I just definitely think that going into summer, we're getting into the mid-year point. It's a great opportunity to just look back, look forward, and be excited for a really great season ahead. I'd love to hear what any of you do to prepare for summertime. And also, if we haven't met before, I'm Aylin, and this is my channel, Slice of Light. If you're interested in content like simple living, living more intentionally, minimalism, and building an empowering mindset, then hit the subscribe button below. And if you ended up liking this video, hit the thumbs up button. Doing those things really supports me. So if you're willing to, I would really appreciate it. But that's really all I have for you today. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Enjoy the summer months. Bye.